Hi, it's Wednesday, the 8th of July. We're talking about the Major Arcana, which is related to the game in which you do not mash up your one girlfriend with your other girlfriend, because that would be bad, but we may be mashing up your one girlfriend with your other girlfriend, where your one girlfriend is Catherine Full Body and your other girlfriend is another game that we have to pick. Joining me tonight is SD doing arts.
Still, dibs on the Death Tarot.
Okay.
Cool.
And Eve.
That's me.
Daryl, did you pick which tarot you were? Or are you still?
Oh, I gotta do some googling before I could give a sufficient answer on that.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
And I am Grass Jelly Tarot. The best.
Heyo, up top. That's terrible. I like it.
I am your ever gracious host, Nifty Hat, the Grass Tarot.
How many alcoholic facts are we gonna get this?
We're only doing wine facts this run.
Oh, okay. Full body. I get it.
Yeah,
oh, okay. I was trying to, because I've not actually played Full Body yet. I didn't know.
Oh boy. What? Give me a second.
It'll come to you.
Whoa. Hope that's not copyrighted. Did you Eve? Did you get the secret announcer lines in Full Body?
I don't know. Maybe.
Oh, okay. If you mess around on the start menu, you can get the announcer to say some additional things. That's pretty good.
Then no, I have not.
I can't remember how to do it exactly, but it's a thing.
I'll be right back. I gotta feed my cats before they're all over us partway through the stream.
Oh yeah, that would subvert.
All right. Well, we gotta wait. We gotta wait for that. I can.
Yeah, but what if we need your input?
Yeah, you should not miss the pitches. It's important.
I don't know, I feel like this is a good opportunity to generate some awkward silence.
Is this a regular awkward silence generator or a +1 awkward silence generator?
+5.
+5.
Does anyone want to talk about Hong Kong?
No.
I really like this.
I mean, like, I have some opinions about it. I'm not going to share them on the live stream. They're not actually not because I'm scared of controversy, but they're just not that interesting. They're not interesting opinions.
Ooh.
They're not spicy.
Spicy, non-interesting.
It's not going to be as spicy as when last week when I was like LA Noire is worse than the detective parts in David Cage games.
That is still very spicy, and I am still reeling and shooketh.
All right.
I am dazed, reeling, and about to break.
Well,
no one else but me can get Darkest Dungeon references.
I gotta be honest. It's not my fault that I understand how to enjoy video games better than you do, but
it's true.
It's
true.
It is unsurprising that you don't understand how to enjoy video games properly, given how you're like, ooh, yuck.
Whoa. Never once have I said that I like yin.
He's just obsessed with it.
Yeah, he's just obsessed with it. Nobody talks about a thing so much when they actually don't secretly really like it.
I like.
He also doesn't like Evangelion. He just obsesses about it.
Yeah, no, that's Duncan.
What?
Is ST back yet?
Yeah,
I've been back for a while.
Oh, okay. We were waiting. We were waiting on you.
I was listening to you guys do this.
Hot band.
Literally, it takes like 3 seconds to feed the cats because the bowls are all near each other.
All one.
Yes,
cat.
but you're taking up our drawing time.
Yeah,
when
yeah.
I'm gonna listen to people talk about nothing.
The drawings will be complete.
Who's pitching?
I do have a pitch today.
Who's on first?
Okay, well you're gonna go first, Eve. I'm nominating you.
Crush it.
Silent Hill.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
it would be a waking sleeping thing,
Okay,
where obviously you'd be in like a Silent Hill-esque or actually Silent Hill, when you're asleep, and during the day it would be like, oh, who do I date? This is hard. But yeah, so it would be kind of like Silent Hill, where you got your puzzles and you have to face your horrible demons like in the dreams, but at the same time during the day, I want to say it would be a little bit more deep than, am I angry that I'm gonna have a baby, or happy I'm gonna have a baby, or just scared?
Whoa, hot take.
So yeah, that's what I got.
Yeah, that's a pretty solid fit, all things considered. I could see how you could like quite literally just graft on James, Mary, and that girl. What the fuck was her name? What was her name?
Maria.
Now, I don't care about the
yeah.
Silent Hill characters. I want to be Vincent still.
Yeah,
Yeah, that also works.
it's
I
Silent
just, like-
Hill, but all the enemies are infidelity themed.
Yeah, exactly.
We can even
like,
just full on bring back the baby monster from Catherine. It can just be
Yeah,
in the game.
exactly.
It's fine.
Or you could
Exactly.
just-
I feel it works very well thematically. It would be very similar to the main game, except for instead of the block puzzles, it would be more Silent Hill themed, where you have to deal with horrifying things constantly, and it'd be more puzzly. And I feel it would be a little bit deeper than what you get in the actual Catherine game.
Whoa, hot take. Yeah, okay, yeah. I could foresee. I could see a lot of things.
Also, there would be a doggo ending. Just saying.
Oh, you never got the Catherine doggo ending, though.
You shut your mouth. I've seen every ending. Don't
I
you?
know you fucking have.
All right, I'm gonna go next. So I think we should cross
wait.
over Kath.
Can I go next specifically because of Jade?
Okay, cool.
Is there also Silent Hill?
Yes.
God
Go.
damn it! Fuck!
Go.
Fuck!
It was straight up as soon as she said it, I was like, shit. And I was thinking a lot like the James thing, where it's just
That's
like
his trauma center. Okay,
I
no.
wonder who that is.
That yeah. I'm
Oh, okay.
I've been spoiled
Duncan is
now
trauma
because I
center.
pulled my one up. Okay, go SD.
No, it was straight up the same thing where, like, depending on who you interact with, the other world starts to change pending on it. So with
Okay,
your-
good. I like that.
Yeah,
I like
With
that.
your regular girlfriend, it's the what was it?
Okay. So this is a Silent Hill game where sexting changes the game world.
Yes, I love it.
You know,
Just
if you start, you get a lot more homoerotic monsters with what was it, Catherine with a K is the fun one? Or is that-
K.
No,
K-
Catherine is
With
your
the-
girlfriend.
yeah,
with the K
Catherine-
is your girlfriend. C
Yeah,
is
Catherine
the
with
other
K,
one.
You're getting like much more sexualized monsters, and then you get, you know, with K you get baby.
wedding dresses and babies.
Yeah,
or
okay, I
something.
like that. I think we internet high five. We did a good combined,
Okay.
accidental combined.
well, I guess it doesn't matter which one we pick. They're basically like we'll combine the two sets of votes together.
Yeah.
Straight up, I need to go next.
All right. I'm gonna
Okay,
go
Duncan,
because
tell us your trauma center.
because my one's already been spoiled. So I want to cross over Catherine with Trauma Center. Catherine with a C is cool, do trauma center, magic, medicine, stop time, be a badass doctor. She's like trying to seduce you down the path of doing cool magic surgery. And then Catherine with a K is like, no, you gotta like fucking learn doctoring. You gotta learn how to use that scalpel
You have
properly.
to be a real doctor.
You can't just
You're like,
cast
that's not that fun.
like doctory magic. So that's the gameplay part of it is still doing the trauma center operations, but the story part of it uses more of the Catherine like story forks and who do you like, which character do you prefer, and like how do your attitudes relate to how you play the game. Like where Catherine had the questions about how you felt about relationships, it's questions like, do you think it's okay to take a shortcut at your work if it gets the job done?
Yeah, okay.
Mm.
Do you think vaccines cause autism?
Oh, see Atherin's hot takes on vaccines.
Fucking, if you do see Atherin's route, you just start trying to cure cancer with like essential oils.
Magic stones and shit. Fuck. Anti-autism stuff. Yeah. Oh boy.
And there'd probably be some Trauma Center cast, but it would be a new character you'd play as. Maybe actually Dr. Styles is one of the two Catherine figures. I forget, Dr. Styles is a responsible boy though, right? He's like...
Has anyone else actually played Trauma Center here?
I have, but it was a really long time ago, and all I cared about was doing it as fast as I possibly could.
Same.
I just know it has like that Squidward meme from like 8 years ago. I remember that.
Overall in the original Trauma Center, there's a theme of like, oh, he has for what they've called it, the like magical surgeon's touch that lets him slow down time. And then it turns out that there are other people with other powers, but they have conversations along the lines of like, oh, but we need to be good at medicine. We can't just rely on our like magic doctor powers.
That is bonkers.
And then one of the endings is you become like king of the Netherworld, right?
Fuck. I guess we're just gonna go full Catherine spoilers here, right? Like, is that the name of the game?
I assume Nifty would like us to avoid Rin type spoilers.
Yes, please don't spoil full body stuff. I still want to play.
Yeah, okay.
Anyway, let's do Daryl.
Yeah, he was so hype about this. He got his own card.
Yeah, it's gonna be sick. Yeah, okay, so I guess I'll just give her, as they say in the Great White North.
Okay.
Yeah, so my idea was to cross over with the timeless Fulp Senpai masterwork, perhaps the greatest game ever made, The Room the Game, as was suggested to me by On High. So the title of the game would be The Full Blood Room, the game. So in a twist, you will not be playing as Johnny. You will instead be playing as Lisa. And we're going to have kind of like 2 to 3 layers here of the gameplay. So basically, because Catherine is like SMT adjacent, basically just like a full sort of kind of semi SMT treatment on this. So you still have your block puzzles at night. You have Johnny filling in as your K Catherine. But because this is SMT adjacent, he is literally an alien vampire Lucifer character. He fully has superpowers. You aren't aware of it, though, but you come to be gradually conscious of his hidden abilities. Then your C. Catherine, of course, is Mark, who is continually seducing you with his sexy beard or lack of sexy beard. So whenever you spend too much time in the presence of his beard, you just find yourself, unable to...
Is that how you get drunk in this game?
Stop yourself from climbing on there. Anyway, so yeah, block puzzles will ensue, relating to your standard relationship issues, filtered through the room, of course. But then you'll also have like a social layer where you go around the floating remnants of San Francisco, solving people's problems, collecting spoons, seeing what Denny's doing, that sort of thing. And then instead of having like the bosses be harder block puzzle bosses, there'll be like fights as they were in The Room the Game. So they're kind of like Pokemon-esque. Whoever is with you is whoever's route you are furthest along. So if it happens to be Johnny, then he'll basically play like an SMT demon. He'll have elemental spells. They'll get stronger as he levels up. Perhaps he can evolve into like actually Lucifer later on. Who's to say?
Actual spoon.
Yeah, his final form is a big ass spoon. Only psi abilities at that point. And then you also have Mark, your C. Catherine, who presumably fights using football and seducing enemies via his beard. I'm almost out of time, but I do have a theory for Rin as well. But maybe we'll get into that.
I have an important question. This is vital and important.
Yes.
Is Johnny's mother-in-law, whoever it is?
Not Bernadette. I can't remember.
Yeah, is she in this? And is there a subplot about her having cancer that gets mentioned and then immediately?
Oh well, yeah, but you have to cure the cancer.
Oh, okay.
For this poison damage.
Yeah. And she's your Hierophant, of course, by the way.
She gives other people cancer.
She has to be your Hierophant. But yeah, in terms of Rin, I'm thinking either has to be Denny or Peter. Because Rin, has to be morally good, has to be, because most of the people in the room are bad. So either Denny, who's kind of like naive and sweet, ostensibly.
That does sound like Rin.
Exactly. Or Peter, who is ultimately always well-intentioned, but, doesn't get the recognition he deserves from the cast. To the point of
fleeing before it gets too bad.
Exactly. So if you don't complete Peter's route, he just bails.
He's like, goodbye.
Yeah, I'm done. That's it. I can't remember if anyone remembers the line. Drop it in chat. Anyways,
like a tear in rain.
That's enough.
All right. What are we actually gonna do?
So even if I wanted to, I can't vote for The Room because I've never seen it.
You are a monster.
So that's definitely out. So it's either Silent Hill or Trauma Center.
I feel like I'm going to pitch towards Silent Hill because I have I can see a lot of ways in which that can work. I just like the mental image of like James, coming home from the fucking demon world and crashing at a bar for a few hours and talking in a stupid ICE voice.
I'm gonna put myself on Trauma Center because I want to see somebody see Catherine as a nurse because I'm a deviant.
Oh man, I'm sure that's
okay. But Duncan, you can still see somebody draw somebody as a nurse.
No. Yeah, no, but I do not want it. All right, I don't find horror things attractive.
Well, you're missing out.
Hey, come on. Bobblehead nurses? Goddamn.
I gotta make sure there's enough weird horror attraction left for other people. I don't want to use it all up.
Okay, well, I'm gonna put myself on the Silent Hills.
Yeah, I'm guessing we're gonna be outvoted on Silent Hill because you guys both want to do Silent Hills.
Yeah, put me on Estes and put Estes on mine.
All right.
Actually, wait.
Stick us in the middle between them.
I changed my mind. I'm voting for Sean's.
Sean's not even on here. Also, you need to make your text on your thing bigger next time. Please.
No, I don't.
Please. Yes, please. Thank you.
No, I don't.
Yeah, no, I'm down for Silent Hill as well.
Alright. That is me.
I was That's super torn because the Room one would be funny, but yeah, it wouldn't be fair to Eve.
Yeah, I've never seen it. I've seen clips. I know the memes. I know. Oh hi, Mark. I know. I did not hit her.
So many fucking memes.
So when are we going to watch The Room?
Hopefully right now.
No, not right now.
Not right now.
Jesus. I don't want to have to put it on. I don't want to have to use one of my valuable movie night slots on The Room. I've watched that movie like 7 times now.
Wow, you're actually at a higher number than me. Look at you.
It's because whenever their places do the movie night where they show The Room at theaters, I go there because it's fun. It's fun to hurl plastic spoons around the cinema whenever spoons appear on screen.
I've always wanted to go to one of those. Yeah, play some football. Goddamn.
They're in London. Tommy Wiseau used to come and do a Q&A, and people would ask him major ass troll questions. It was good. He'd give major ass troll responses, which is always good.
Assuming he has the mental wherewithal to know that he's trolling.
No, that's the thing is he doesn't realize it, and it makes it even better.
Yes.
My favorite thing is him next to the door that says 420. Thumbs up.
Oh boy, yeah, what a character that guy is. I like it if Greg Sestero came to one of the Q&As, but I'd probably pass out because that guy's way too handsome.
Did you see the movie about the making of The Room?
The Disaster Artist?
Yeah, the newer one.
Yeah, I did. It was indeed a pretty good film.
I've not, because I've not seen The Room.
Yeah, I feel like you might lack context.
Sorry.
You need to see The Room before seeing The Disaster Artist, so you can see when they do the shot for shot comparisons of how close they got it at the end.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
I need to play this game.
Yeah, Catherine's it's pretty sweet.
Oh yeah, Catherine's real good.
That's great.
sort of grazes the curve really nice as a puzzler, where it doesn't ever get like, there are like 2 or 3 puzzles in the game that are like mega frustrating, and then everything else is like a really nice gradual, like, oh yeah, I've learned how to do a thing, and I will apply it, and I will apply the thing to get through the puzzle that I am doing right now.
I will say outright that like Catherine is generally speaking too hard for me. Like a good like 30-40% of the game is like, oh no, brain cannot puzzle this good. Also, once you start getting like RNG in there, it's like, oh fuck this forever. Like the monster blocks and shit. Oh god, what a nightmare.
God, sometimes the monster blocks are the worst.
They're the fucking worst.
I only had big problems where there were like the crazy like diamond patterns where you had to use the same repeating pattern. Like you had to use the right repeating pattern 3 or 4 times to like climb up, and if you didn't, you would definitely like trap yourself.
Yeah. Especially, I don't know, once you hit like the 6th or so stages, there's a lot of getting painted into corners if you're not careful. Boy, oh boy.
We did Silent Hill before, right?
Yeah, we did it.
Yeah.
Yes, we did indeed. Always a good pick.
That's why I was kind of apprehensive about doing it, because like doing a bunch of repeats, but like.
Yeah, I think this might be our first double repeat.
No.
We've done,
we've done Animal Crossing.
No.
No,
double repeat.
We've done both of these games before.
Right.
Yeah.
Hang on, was that last season or was that season 2?
Oh, fuck.
Last season, I think.
It's not my list of...
Because it was Final Fantasy VII for Catherine.
No, not Catherine. I mean Silent Hill.
I feel like Silent Hill was earlier. I feel like that was season 2. Would be my.
I'm asking for a very lazy reason, which is that I have all the game logos organized in a folder on my computer by what season they're from, so I don't have to go look them up again on the internet. This whole project is now taking up gigs and gigs and gigs of space on my computer. It's not even funny.
Man. Oh boy. Oh. I feel like I was gonna say something about something else. Who's to say?
We need to talk about the name of this game.
So the one that I had in my card was Silent Hills Full Bodied.
That's
yeah.
So that's what I had.
Yeah. Oh man. Well, what do we got? I don't know if there's anything funny here, especially because most Silent Hill titles are. Well, oh no, fuck, that doesn't work.
I just tried to combine all the Catherine names together.
I saw that. I thought it was pretty clever.
If we ever we could do like sometime we could do The Room, Silent Hill, and then we can do The Room. But that's neither here nor there. Oh no.
Here we go. Oh no, this Silent Hill logo is really gross. I'm gonna see if I can find something cool. Not this. Like,
I just
shitty
googled
logo.
it for mine.
My. Oh, it's fine. Restream's just being slow.
See, I know.
What is everybody's favorite Silent Hill game?
Gosh. Well, I mean, like. Naturally, it's got to be 2 or 3. That's really tough.
As the rules are, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, what are you gonna pick, like Downpour or some shit? Like, come on.
I really like Downpour.
Downpour.
I actually think Downpour is pretty decent.
I was actually just looking at the Silent Hill Downpour logo, being like, this has the nicest version of the text from Silent Hill.
You know specifically why I like it?
Why's that?
Because he acts like you would expect for somebody stuck in Silent Hill. Where like James is like, what's going on? And he's like, what the fuck? Why am I here?
Yeah.
Like,
so I have a question. You should be able to answer it, SD. Is Origin Sean's favorite, or is that just one he likes because he likes the character? Because I know he likes the character.
Yeah, he definitely liked Origins. I'd be surprised.
I think
if
it wasn't his favorite. I think
I'd be surprised if it was.
He said it was like good. He can acknowledge the problems with it. It wasn't his favorite.
Yeah.
I think his favorite might be 2 or 3.
Yeah,
I think it might be 3 like Heather.
Wait, I remember we had this conversation before, and I gave a really Duncan answer to what my favorite Silent Hill
that
game
doesn't
was.
sound like you at all.
I said the name of the Jasper Bine game that's gone out of my head temporarily.
Jasper, what, huh?
What's the name of this game? Lone Survivor. Lone Survivor is my favorite Silent Hill game.
Oh, is that the... Oh, which one's that? Oh, no.
It's... So, developer called Jasper Bine made a 2D remake of Silent Hill.
Yes.
Called Quiet Mountain.
Yeah.
And then that became the basis of his actual 2D horror game, Lone Survivor. It's just really fucking good, yo. Has really good music, has really good story.
Perhaps I will play that one day. Though of course it did. Wait, which have you played the Silent Hills, Donk?
What? I played like part of Silent Hill 1 and 2, and that's about it.
Dang! Wow. And Silent Hill 1 is pretty uncommon overall. Interesting. Everyone's favorite kindergarten cop simulator.
I'm just like I'm not like hugely into horror games.
Yeah, I mean that's and it's not like any of the Silent Hill games are like eminently fun to play. You know what I mean? So.
So the thing with me in horror games, like I understand that the thing that actually makes horror games scary is like uncertainty. It's like fear comes from uncertainty, and uncertainty comes from not understanding how the rules of the game work. And the one thing I want to do because I make games is understand how the game works, so that and that like kind of defeats the horror of it.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
I'm trying to think. There are some real good. Like, I guess I'm more into like depression sims, like Pathologic and stuff.
Is that what you call Pathologic?
Yeah, it's a depression.
Not like a Russian philosophy simulator.
Yeah, also a Russian philosophy simulator. But anything with those like Russian bloc countries where the themes of the game are always like incredibly depressing.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, I see what you're. How much Pathologic have you played?
Not that much of it. I played it for like a couple of days, like of game time. But I basically lost my code that I had to be able to play it. Like I lost my license for it, and then I was gonna wait for them. What?
You lost your license? What?
Yes. Like I bought my copy of Pathologic not through Steam. I bought it through their thing, and I have a license key and. Nobody cares about this story, especially not you, alright?
I do, I'm curious. I wasn't curious. So I am making a concerted effort to bore our viewers, yes, it is true.
Yeah, no, I get it. I saw your plan. Consider it thwarted.
Yeah, well, damn, it was worth a shot. We have gone down from 7 viewers to 5, so it was partial success.
Alright, okay.
My ongoing efforts to sabotage the stream are, they're coming along.
All right. Okay. Well, as long as you're deriving some satisfaction from it, Well,
I've never derived more satisfaction from anything else in my life before.
So, dude. That's kind of sad.
Yes.
That's almost as depressing as playing a game that's made by a Russian studio.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, see, I got there in the end.
Yeah, all right. That's good. I'm glad everything came together. Anyway, so yeah, go play Full Body. It's pretty good.
I need to get over playing Shipbreaker.
That seems to be ongoing. Yes.
And I just started playing Islanders.
That I've not heard of.
Isn't that like the super casual thing that isn't really beatable?
The minimalist city builder. Is it not beatable?
I don't think so.
You just keep like scoring.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah. I'm pretty sure you just keep scoring.
Okay. But yeah, it's a pretty neat.
It's good though.
It's a really neat city builder. The way it works is instead of having like a bunch of complex rules about building an economy and stuff, it's that you score points based on buildings' proximity to other certain buildings.
Okay.
Yeah, you can't have too many windmills near each other. You'll get minus points from that, but you want like fields next to the windmills and that kind of stuff.
So yeah, I just started playing that. And then I just bought Observation as well, which I really want to play. I mean, it's a Steam sale, so I bought a shit ton of games, and I need to narrow it down a little bit.
That makes sense, yeah.
But hey,
not to mention all of those games from the Justice Bundle.
Oh man, yeah.
Yeah, every single one. Let's do it.
Yeah, you should play a short. Speaking of the Justice Bundle, you should play a short hike. A short hike. You should play a short hike. It's would probably be my game of the year 2019 if so many good games had not come out in 2019.
Dang, interesting.
And also, it's my jam in that it's designed to be played in like 1 to 4 hours.
Oh.
I'm like, this.
Speaking of short games, I beat Helltaker.
Oh, nice. Was Helltaker was one of my prospective pitches for this.
Oh, that would have been something. I'm not sure what, but something.
So okay. To sort of describe where I ended up with this, I was like Helltaker, and then eventually arrived from Helltaker to Scott Pilgrim, in that it's like a one guy's demon girlfriend has to beat up the other guy's demon girlfriends.
Yeah, okay.
Like fucking Vincent and the Helltaker and Catherine and all the demons from Helltaker are all in the game together, and there's some sort of like versus theme to the whole thing.
Maybe it's just a fighter. There you go.
I don't think it should be a fighter because I don't think the actual Helltaker should actually fight. But maybe
what about those kicks, man? Damn.
There was that like kind of indie game where you played as one of the women in the household, and you basically had to like slap the other members of the household to establish your dominance.
Wow.
I'm gonna Google indie slapping game and hope that
Yeah, you're doing the Lord's work.
Rose and Camellia.
Okay.
It's an indie bitch slapping game where you slap other women to establish your dominance. You're a woman slapping other women to establish your dominance. And I imagine it would be more like that. It would be more about the different demons, like duking it out over something.
Pancakes, perhaps?
Yeah, probably pancakes. Probably not anyone's actual affections, because that is kind of, I think, ultimately the big joke in Helltaker.
Yeah, that sort of seems to be a big
is that at the end of the game he just ends up with a bunch of honorary roommates.
Yeah, that seems to be more or less the case. Yeah, though I have yet to see the secret ending, so I don't know what that involved.
Oh, I have seen the secret ending.
Whoa!
That boss fight though, it's good shit.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Sorry.
I'll need to send you. I didn't know. Now I know you've beaten Helltaker. I've got a video I can send you.
Ah, brilliant! Let's do it.
Just for cool bros who have beaten Helltaker.
God damn it! Better not be a Darkest Dungeon reference because I've already seen all of those.
All of them ever.
Yes.
What? So when I sent you the boy shorts thing, you'd already seen that.
Yes, I literally had already seen that one. Yes.
Okay.
Wait, oh yeah, that one.
I don't want to like not send you the memes just in case.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No. Hit me regardless. I may just reject them violently.
All right.
But yeah, that's why when you sent me the boy shorts thing, I already had all the dick related ancestor quotes ready to go right off the top.
Oh, I just wasn't really paying attention to them.
Yeah, I can tell.
I may occasionally like cruise into that chat and talk like fucking politics or whatever with you for an hour, but I'm supposed to be working.
Yeah. So you definitely shouldn't make time for my memes. Those are Those are really gonna eat into your time.
Sometimes I check our chat, see it's just politics, and mute it for 8 hours.
That's a good
I know, right?
It's a good way to go. Yeah.
I'm like, I have stuff to do. I can't look at every single thing.
Yeah.
That Daryl and Nifty are saying.
Yeah, that's for the best. See, it's unfortunate because I've already mined all the well, probably not all, obviously, but I've mined some Silent Hill Yahoo answers already. A lot of the good ones pertaining to the stupid movies, and I don't know how to find Catherine Yahoo answers.
So, like,
I like the first one.
If you were in Silent Hill, what kind of monster you think would be made as an amalgamation of all your fears and insecurities?
So if Goku was in Silent Hill, what would his Silent Hill look like?
Okay, if anyone wants to pitch that Silent Hill Dragon Ball game, fucking hit me up.
Man, like, yeah. Maybe like all the monsters, like they hurt like Goku's feelings really bad and bite at all of his deepest insecurities, but they're all really easy to beat. But they just
stupid and emotionally just deaf.
Yeah, like none of them pose any challenge, but they just like keep coming at him forever. Oh man,
that sounds like more of a One Punch Man Silent Hill.
Well, I mean, see, the problem is that
which we already
did. We already did that.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, Goku is always like fighting things that are way more powerful than him, and then he gets way stronger. He beats them up. So, like, even the prospect of a monster that's so buff that he couldn't beat, I just don't feel like that would be psychologically.
Okay, what if every time he fights, he gets weaker?
Maybe.
Isn't like Goku's nightmare just a world of people who are stronger than him and none of them will fight him?
Oh yeah,
like none of them will fight him. They'll just refuse.
Oh man, yeah, like they're so good they like can't even hit them, but they just like totally ignore the shit out of them. Oh, that'd be good. Oh man, I gotta get on this fanfic right
now. So the answer to the question, how many Silent Hills could Goku beat up, is 0. No Silent Hills.
Goku would get the bad ending every time.
I'm trying to think of a good monster design for Rin without giving spoilers.
Yeah, we probably shouldn't touch.
I'm pretty sure that's something Duncan knows. I don't know if he actually does.
Yeah, I don't know. It's probably safest to not talk about Rin at all.
That's fair.
Which is
the only thing I know about Rin is the whole like I'm using the word controversy, but I'm going to use it very, very lightly in like how Twitter can have a controversy about something that isn't actually controversial, about her being trans or something.
Okay, no, you don't quite know, but you kind of know.
Yeah, like I mean, the game isn't relevant enough to have a full controversy, but yeah, there was a little bit of murmurings like, oh no, Atlas trans character, blah, but like, yeah, nothing. The game came out and that was it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, how about to put it this way? There was a to-do about it on Twitter. A to-do would sort of accurately describe the reaction.
A to-do was had shortly after the announcement.
Yes.
And the to-do ended far before the game actually came out. And the game came out and sold some copies, and there was no further to-do. Yes. But yeah, so we can't talk about Rin, which is a shame. It's very cute, but we're not going to talk about Rin.
Well, now I just feel bad.
Well, what can you do? See, this is what it would have been like we chose the room, and this is how
Rin is so sweet and adorable. I feel bad anytime I go down that route because Vincent does not deserve Rin.
Yeah,
I mean, like, be honest. Vincent doesn't deserve anyone in that game he ends up with. Not even his.
Everybody is kind of a poopy person. In that game, so I'm cool with him ending up with most of them.
Hey, listen, I stand Erica, all right?
Who?
Erica.
Oh yeah, Erica's fine.
Catherine with a C was just doing her fucking job, man.
This is true. Yeah, she's
was
doing her job.
Literally doing what she was supposed to do.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess that makes it okay.
Jake, sex work is real work, all right?
That's not what she was doing. He wasn't paying her.
Okay, if we want to get technical, perhaps Vincent didn't actually have sex with Catherine. Maybe that's the case. In fact, like the true Catherine endings kind of imply that. but who's to say? Yeah. And like Kay Atherton, she's like forceful and shit, but she's fed up with her stupid, annoying boyfriend.
That's fair.
Like that is why the true neutral, the good true neutral ending in that
Best
game
ending.
is the ending that everyone should have, because it basically means that like fucking Vincent he grew a backbone and decided to do stuff for himself.
Even the bad one isn't bad. Like I actually don't mind the bad one.
What happens in the bad neutral ending?
You just don't win the money.
Oh, yeah, okay. That's fine. Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, like, I don't know. I can't help but oh, well, all right, I'll just say that I like the True Rin ending. Like, it's
good, but I just don't think that he should,
Yeah, you're right.
Get it.
Yeah, it's true.
Although the True Rin ending.
All right, guys, I'll play Catherine after the stream. You fucking calm down. Jesus.
Yeah. Like, and also, like, does Vincent deserve to be king of hell? Like, maybe not. Fair enough.
Maybe a little bit, no.
Yeah. But the current king of hell is a big bitch.
Yeah.
So
I love the current king of hell. He's like, you promise you play video games with me.
Was that Nurgle? Is Nurgle the king of hell in that?
I don't remember his name.
I gotta look up if he's Nurgle or not.
So there was like we can't really like touch on this with our whole pitching thing, but like the whole setup in Catherine implies that there's like other stories to tell about that world, where there's a whole demonic presence of like, no, we got to make sure humans keep breeding, man.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Fuck, dude. Okay, so, oh God. Okay, so Dumazid, who is boss, he isn't like a overlord. He's just some bitch, basically. He just got mad at his wife, and so he's like, hey, you know what? To prove that my wife is a bitch, I'm gonna ensure that men and women need to get married, and anything else is bad, basically. Like, it's not some like heavenly decree. It's just because he's a fucking whiny motherfucker.
I don't I just like stuff like that in video games. Like, obviously a lot of SMT games, even though a lot of the content is like, hey, this is everyday life. This is you going to the theater and hanging out with friends and like doing your homework. But the actual plot is the world is going to end imminently if you don't do something.
Yeah. Well, once again, very, very much Persona sort of thing. As far as I can tell, like the large...
okay, in Nocturne, it's like the world has ended.
Yes.
But it's always about like mega big consequence stuff that doesn't have any direct meaning in our everyday lives, right? It's not something I can identify with. Whereas the demonic plan of like, I'm gonna make sure people get married because I think my wife's a bitch.
Yeah. No, it's true. With Persona, like generally the world-ending stuff always has to do with some greater philosophical idea about human nature, blah blah. Like, people ultimately want to die, but they should resist it. Or like, people don't care about what's true, but they need to seek what's true. Or society is unjust and people don't give a fuck, but people should give a fuck. Whereas like Catherine is just very much a story about infidelity and how hard it is to maintain relationships, and which is obviously...
and how much of a bitch Vincent is.
Fear of commitment.
Yes. Vincent, big bitch. Yes.
You left that one out, but close enough.
Yeah. It's true. Yes. So they are very different in that way. Obviously, like, once again, SMT adjacent. But yeah, and whereas I think like like the Shin Megami Tensei games themselves, I think are much more on the nose in their philosophy. Like, I think Nocturne, when you actually are making decisions, is much more all the time like, oh, what is best for mankind? What should happen with the world? Meh. Where, Persona is much more like, which girl do you want to date? Do you want to go eat a big burger? Maybe you should work out today.
Don't forget your DVD.
Exactly.
But like, And have you ever seen any of The Good Place?
I fucking love The Good Place.
Concept. I'm kind of vaguely.
But like stuff like The Good Place, it sort of proves out this template of like, hey, you can ask the philosophically big questions and still have themes that people relate to, like that heavily relate to, and you don't even have to get into like really dumb soap opera territory, and you don't have to be really on the nose about it. Like the episode where they have the trolley problem is the only time it really is super on the nose, and it's intentional because it's part of like a bigger thing of.
I like her. It's just like, wait a second, Michael. I know what you're up to. I don't want to spoil The Good Place. Yeah, this is really good.
The Good Place is great. Watch that, then play a short hike, then do whatever else you got to do.
Or do it in the other order, because a short hike is a max of like 4 hours long.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I mean, like, The Good Place, each episode's really short, and there's only like 6 of them in the first season, so you could probably do both in an equal amount of time.
How many seasons are there?
Of The Good Place? There's 5. 5th one's the last one, right?
I believe so. Like, the one that has come out most recently is the last one. It is.
The first 2 seasons are like, it's like 6 episodes, and each episode's only 20 minutes long or something. Maybe 30. Might be 30 minutes long.
Oh, yeah. I see.
Okay, sorry. No, I a total liar. Forget what I said. There are 4 seasons of The Good Place, and there are 13 episodes long.
Ah, I see, yes. That is a roughly similar amount of content as you previously stated.
But the episode runtime is 22 minutes.
Oh, well that changes everything.
Yes.
Yes.
It is really good though, and you can watch it on Netflix.
Whoa, Netflix! That's a big commitment.
Yeah, sure.
You might even be able to. Isn't it like a TBC show?
I don't know.
I haven't get my TV license, so I'm not sure if I could do that either.
Oh no, it's NBC. Never mind.
You're such a nightmare.
Nothing. Oh man, I thought that joke would kill with you, Nifty.
No. I moved several times when I was living in London, and would get my vaguely threatening license from vaguely threatening letter from the TV licensing people every single time I moved into a new place of like, hey, we will come and break your kneecaps if you don't pay your TV license.
Oh man.
And every single time I wrote them a polite email telling them to fuck off. I don't watch TV. I'm not paying for something I don't watch, and please stop sending me threatening letters every time I move into a new place. Like, I'm going to pay for a TV license if you just threaten me a little bit.
I had like a full collage back in my apartment of threatening TV license letters. It's fucking awesome.
Did you actually?
No, of course not.
Okay.
Though I did very much enjoy getting them. They're very exciting.
You're like, I'm living the truth.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't want to rag on because I actually think that the TV licensing system is good in it being part of there being a like nationally backed TV production studio who has a contract with the government to be like, we're supposed to be impartial and just make good content.
Except for when they fucking turn out like fucking 5 seasons of goddamn Sherlock or whatever the fuck. But apart from that, yeah, it's pretty good.
I mean, like, they make a lot of money selling that shit overseas.
That's true. Can't argue with that.
Look at Super Hulock.
Fucking Stephen Moffat, this is a call out.
Esty, have you seen the monsters in Catherine?
No.
They're basically Silent Hill monsters.
You got Wedding Dress Woman, you got Baby, you got Chainsaw.
You got Baby with Chainsaw.
You got You, but spooky.
That sounds like
you got a giant ass lust monster.
Oh boy, yeah. Oh fuck, what was that called? Not Sinful Monster.
Yeah, I don't remember its name either. But yeah, it's a giant ass monster. It's scary.
Sex monster? Yes, it's true.
Color me intrigued.
It shoots hearts at you. Yeah,
Jesus.
yeah.
I'm glad I don't have to decide between my long-term girlfriend and the new one. I don't think I could take the dreams.
Hey, don't worry. You got plenty of time to decide. Vincent's in no rush to make any decisions about anything. You can take several weeks to decide on anything.
So everyone except for SD has played through Catherine, right?
Yeah, I guess that is the case.
Everyone here, because Shonik is not here.
Yeah.
He doesn't matter. He's not here. It's fine. It's fine. Whatever.
Fuck.
By the way, I'm making the logo Catherine's silent body.
No.
Okay.
Because it kind of works. It clicks with me. Anyway, so what is everyone's pick? Like, mine is Catherine with a C because I'm a deviant.
Oh, well, I mean, once again, I'm sorry because you haven't played it, but Rin is the best.
Okay. I assumed that Eve was going to say Rin as well.
If I'm picking between the characters, yes, I would pick Rin over them. However, I stand for solo route.
Yeah, I mean that's fair. You know, like the Rin route has the advantage of being like new content, and obviously they put a ton of like work into it. But yeah, the Rin route's amazing. It's great.
For reasons I can't say out loud because Nifty has not played it, I would choose Rin because it fits my my preference quite well.
Yeah, I mean Rin's like the. It's a shame because like obviously
for me, Rin is the best of both worlds.
Catherine is like a demon bad, and she hurts you, and she's bad. And Catherine, there's like the whole baby thing, and she's like forceful and kind of jerk, but also Vincent's a piece of shit. So you're like,
okay, but I've established the important thing, which is nobody here stands Catherine with a K.
I prefer Catherine with a K over Catherine with a C.
If I had to choose between C3 and Catherine, it would be...
Yeah, she's like a more believable person, obviously.
Yeah,
but
C3 and Catherine, it'd be C3.
Yeah, but Catherine isn't a person, so she kind of gets a pass.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I prefer Catherine with a K because I don't like the idea of somebody telling me that they will murder me. Just saying. I don't like someone being like, "Oh, well, if you're not telling the truth, I will fucking kill you." It's like, what the? Yeah, calm down.
Like, you could say a lot of things about Catherine, but you know, in reality, she never tries to chainsaw you in half. So that's kind of like, well, you know, I like that.
Look, as long as they never succeed in chainsawing me in half.
Who doesn't like a little teaser?
It's all good. It's just very kinky. It doesn't matter.
Also, like in terms of Catherine, like I like cake. She likes cake. That's not bad. If someone brought me cake, I'm like, thank you.
Thank you.
I'd eat the fucking cake. I wouldn't just leave it on the counter like a fucking bitch.
The only thing I don't like about Catherine with a K is I don't want to get married. That's my only issue. I don't want to get, and I guess I don't want a kid. But if I was in Vincent's situation, I'd fucking just do it. Whatever. Like it's my fault. My B. Like maybe I should be a little more careful.
Fuck my B. God damn it.
See, I had that sympathy right up to the point where she's like, actually, I lied, and then I'm like, fuck off.
But she didn't lie about it initially. She just took her time in when she found out about it.
It's not like a lie of omission. A very bad lie of omission, but yeah, you know.
Yeah, it's one hell of an omission to make.
Yeah.
But it was like days. Like, it took her days. It wasn't like, 3 months later, by the way, I'm not actually.
Yeah,
like,
it was just...
It's a hard thing to talk about, especially when you don't know what the fuck your boyfriend's up to.
Pregnant, finds out later that she isn't, doesn't inform him for a couple days, is what happens, yeah. But also, you know, like, if I'm Catherine, and I'm working at whatever my job is, that's really I can't, she specifies what her job is somewhere. Anyways,
it's some sort of, like, magazine kind of thing.
Yeah, like you had a hard day, you just get home, you're like, I could phone my son of a bitch boyfriend and have this hard conversation.
Who half the time might be ignoring me depending on what you're doing as Vincent.
Exactly. Or I could eat some cake and get fucking slammed off some red wine and pass out. What am I going to do? Like, fuck, easy decision.
I mean, when you put it like that, it's very convincing.
Exactly. Pretty understandable now, isn't it? Yeah, like, to understand the deep nuances of Catherine, you really have to imagine that you have a shitty, lame boyfriend who rarely speaks more than like 3 sentences.
Well, damn, I usually am the shitty lame boyfriend.
And then
That's why I
when he's in
can't
a
imagine
stressful
it.
situation, his eyes dart around very stressfully as he thinks to himself, but doesn't actually tell you what he's thinking.
Like sweat starts pooling in the fucking floor. Yeah, 100%. Fucking Vincent.
He's getting mysterious phone calls and not telling you. He's claiming his boss spent the fucking night.
The lie about like the really long chest hair, that one is particularly bad.
Another thing I really like about, I won't spoil specifically what, but obviously if you go the Ren route, you don't end up with Catherine of the K. I think that their conversation when breaking up is super adorable and super wholesome.
Daryl told me that one.
Yeah,
that was good. I like that.
It's so cute.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Did you guys? Did any of you guys ever play Katawa Shoujo, like the disabled girls game?
I know the concept, and I never played it.
So there's a really interesting thing in that game, which is basically like when you don't date somebody, they will show up in your other route, and some of them are like happier not dating you. They're like having better lives, having not got involved with you in any way, shape, or form.
I mean, that sounds like how most of the characters should be with Vincent.
It's a big yikes.
But I mean, also, I'm pretty sure we all at least a little bit stan Erica.
Oh, Erica's amazing. She's great. There are a handful of actually likable characters, and Erica is one. I know that Johnny didn't make much impression on you, but I like Johnny's pretty cool. I like Johnny.
Yeah, I kept thinking his name was Jason, I think.
What's the difference?
Jason.
Yeah, like
Jason.
Orlando's a total piece of shit, obviously.
Okay, so I hate Orlando because he's just a big incel, but I also love him because he's an incel.
He is funny, but he is he's really incel energy. It's true, yeah.
Does he have more or less incel energy than the dude in Love Is War?
Oh,
more.
Yeah. He's Orlando's very he's very outwardly misogynistic.
Yeah. The other guy's just scared of her, specifically her.
Yeah. And really inadvertently creepy towards Chica, but apart from that, yeah. That bit where oh, you smell like a baby? Ugh.
Man, some of the characters are just awful. Like the rooster hair guy, he's awful. He's it's like a man who cheats on women is considered to be good because he's clearly good at being a man.
Yeah. Or which one got raped by his dad?
Wow, that sounds like Man Rand.
I don't think it was rooster hair. I think it was so there. I don't think anyone was by their dad, but the long-haired guy. I think he had a thing with his mom where he was he was freaked out because his mom.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah. Well, yeah, wasn't one of them a borderline serial killer or something? I can't even fucking remember.
So the cop was looking for a serial killer and blamed himself for killing his wife because he didn't find the guy.
Yeah.
I remember that story.
Yeah. And then there's the weird, vaguely supernatural middle-aged twin women who say cryptic things and then leave. They're interesting.
Yeah, I never really got into those ones. I was just
there's no benefit to talking to them. They're just really fucking creepy.
I really like that the Japanese for both of the other Catherines be exact.
Yes, that's one of the, because in Japan, Glorious Nihongo, the title is the exact same and doesn't indicate either girl, which unfortunately you can't do in terms of gross Western land.
I mean, you could probably upset your SEO person infinitely by picking a weird Cyrillic character that looked like both C and K at the same time.
I suppose that would be perhaps a more interesting option than just naming the game Catherine.
For those not in the know, SEO is search engine optimization, and if you put a character in the title of your game that no fucker can type without an extended UTF keyboard, it's going to make it hard for them to search for your game.
This sounds like a problem you're familiar with.
I mean, not really. Like, most SEO stuff is really tame now. It usually results in, like, when you put your game out there, the SEO team are like, oh no, you have to add like Idle Click Festival to the title of the game because it'll improve our SEO.
That's awful.
But no, back in the wild days, people used to call their game things like open square braces, prototype, all lowercase, closed square braces.
Yeah, they really did, didn't they?
And that would make SEO people cry because it's like, how are people supposed to search for this?
I wonder what happens when I Google prototype right now. I wonder if I'll get the game at all.
You would probably need to specifically Google prototype game, but also it might be tainted by, like, you should do the anonymous thing. Otherwise, you'll get your own Google biases in the results.
Oh, does anonymous protect you from, or incognito mode protect you from that sort of thing?
I mean, it doesn't use the cookies on your computer, so it won't.
Oh, okay, that's good.
It won't do that. It doesn't. It will not protect you from Google gathering information for your regular search results on your regular account. But if you use incognito, you should get an account like you aren't tracked on Google. If that makes sense. Like, the information's only going in one direction and not in both.
So if I do indeed punch in prototype into my phone, into the Google, I do get a related search for Prototype 1, the game. Well, okay. That's something. That's way better than I was expecting, admittedly.
Suddenly silent.
I feel like I should have.
Yeah,
I should have Nukem instead of the room.
I still had SEO on the brain, which is not a very interesting subject.
We should have boring SEO talk.
My favorite.
This is my favorite boring SEO talk. I was going to ask something. Yeah. So here's a question, because I pondered like a billion different variations of this game, all of which turned out to be fruitless in the end.
I'm sorry, me and Esty comboed.
Yeah. No, I respect the combo. Sometimes you just get comboed and you can't get out of it and you lose all your health and you're like, Tekken's a stupid game. This person just chained a combo on me until I died and I didn't even get a hit in.
Do I need to fucking link more Control-Alt-Delete pages to the Discord? Is this what you're telling me? Sounds like
No, I don't want to read any more shitty 90s gamer comic. Can you at least link something good?
No, the point is that it's bad.
No, get out of here. Anyway, my question was gonna be what is a gender flipped Catherine like? Does it even work, or is it like once you make those two roles men, it's gonna be like, this game's sexist?
Okay. Here's my I don't think it's a hot take. I don't think Daryl would think it's a hot take. Ooh. But it feel like the game, I think, forgives the creepy, rapey nature of it because they're women. And if it was the other way around and you played as a woman who woke up and was in a bed with a man whom the night before you got real drunk, I don't think people would be quite as forgiving.
No, like this is the thing, and like people have been like saying this since the game, came out. Like, this is part of what little discourse there is around the game. That is to say, is that like, yeah, Vincent does get raped repeatedly, but because he's a dude, it doesn't factor into the discussion. It never even comes up. And I'm sure, in that the Atlas writing room, they probably didn't even think about that sort of thing for like a second. But some people, I mean,
in the game thing, it's like technically maybe he didn't actually, because maybe it was just a dream, and like maybe she wasn't there until he woke up and she just spawned being like, yeah, that was real great. But, like, we don't know. Like, it's very much implied that they did do it. She talks about how amazing it was.
Yes.
You guys probably don't actually know this. This is a very feckless question to ask, but in the great land of Japan, is it actually classified that way? Like in England, Vincent couldn't be raped unless Catherine was in.
Because it has to be in
It has to be.
right?
It has to be penetrative. So unless Catherine is really into pegging, the worst is it would be like grievous sexual assault.
Yeah, I'm not talking like legal definitions. I'm talking about, you know, non-consensual sexual action.
Yes.
Which is to say, I would classify what happens to Vincent, you know, as a form of non-consensual sexual action, because, you know, he isn't aware of himself when whatever, if anything, happens. You know, he doesn't have the agency in the event. He can't consent to it. Thereby, you know, we can look at this situation and be like, if there was indeed any semblance of fug, you know, you could construe it as a form of sexual assault or rape or molestation or whatever.
Let's talk about not this. Because, yeah.
But, okay. I don't want to talk... I want to talk about not this, but I want to go back to, like, is there a way that you could do it where it's the genders are reversed? Or maybe, like characters aren't explicitly gendered anymore? Like, that could be interesting.
You could 100% flip this on its head. It could very well potentially make people mad. But another thing that would make it very interesting is that like Catherine is very steeped in like male grievance. You know what I mean? Like the like very much male difficulties of relationships. Like all this, the men's side story. Well, you know, the side stories. They're all about men who've like either lost the women involved with or can't make relationships work.
So there is the music man and the Saudi prince that do not actually have any sort of like, they don't actually directly talk about that kind of stuff. The Saudi prince only ever talks about how his money has ruined all chances of previous friendships.
Yeah.
And the other guy was angry that he didn't continue being in a band.
It's true. It's true.
Oh,
yeah.
Man, you're right. I'm angry I didn't continue being in a band.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking.
I would be upset about that as well.
Anyway.
That's why I was like, I just want these games to have themes I identify with.
So relatable. Yeah, but anyways, what I mean to say is, it's very steeped in, you know, that sort of grievance. If you were to gender flip the whole thing, well, you'd presumably be getting largely into, you know, female-oriented grievances, which would be interesting.
I like how you laugh like that. It's like, well, it would be interesting. It's like, just because you're, like, you play this and you're like, yeah, guys are a piece of shits.
I'm like, yeah, this I can get behind. Women problems? How novel.
Yeah, I don't know if I could relate.
I don't know if this is real. I don't really buy it.
I mean,
I don't buy a woman would feel.
It's probably, Catherine is probably a better template to graft on that because it doesn't care about mechanizing, like making mechanics based on those grievances. The mechanics is like a scary sokoban puzzle game, and you could like you could put that into Pokemon Cafe mix. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. I mean, like, God, fuck, yeah. Yeah, like, but basically, nothing apart from having to answer questions is too mechanically tied to the theme, I guess. You know, apart from like the way the monsters look and shit like that. But you know, like bouncy blocks presumably don't have too much to do with your fear of commitment. I don't know.
I just, for a treacherous moment there, I was like, has Tim Rogers written anything about Catherine? Has he done a video about Catherine?
Not yet.
I'm sure he would bring up the subject of how bouncy blocks directly relate to a fear of commitment.
Yeah, perhaps I'm just not well. Perhaps I don't understand the full nuance of the bouncy block. But,
Yep, that is your problem. You don't understand the nuance of the bouncy block.
The bouncy block is pretty motherfucking nuanced, if I do say so myself. First time I saw that bouncy block, I'm like, holy shit. I can't believe Atlas was bold enough to put a motherfucking bouncy block.
How dare they say something so bold yet so brave?
Exactly.
So
controversial, yeah.
Yeah.
Game, it got taken off Steam like right the fuck away. Gaben saw that bouncy block and he's like, oh no, we can't have it.
Oh no.
He's like, no, that's too personal even for me.
Yeah, I've had bad experiences with bouncy blocks. We need to get rid of this. My wife used to love bouncy blocks.
Oh, that again, like, what's the name of the fake Peter Molyneux? The Peter Molyneux account where he pitches like really insane Peter Molyneux-esque games. I'm like, yeah, a game where people come in and they ban the mechanics of the game for being too controversial.
I was after like, you told me about the Twitter account. I was really disappointed to find that it hasn't posted in like 5 years. It was a real letdown.
Has it not posted in ages?
No, it's been inactive for a long time, I'm afraid.
I feel like it peaked around the time that they had a Peter Molyneux jam, and Peter Molyneux was like, fuck yeah, I'm gonna go visit the jam site and see what people are making.
Oh, Art, is the stream working right now?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, I paused mine.
Oh, okay.
Why?
Although actually, like on mine, I'm not seeing anything move except for the Misc Match logo.
Yeah, I think we're having like a bit.
Let me pull.
We have a technical moment going on here.
Let me check on Streamlabs. Streamlabs looks fine. The feed looks fine.
On YouTube, okay,
no,
it just
just updated.
Oh no.
What?
Oh, it's been like that for a large chunk of this video.
I'm okay. I just brought it up. Okay.
Oh goodness, it's been that for.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, mine's good now.
Okay, it looks like since 3:36:54 up until now.
All right, well that's cool. I can get behind that.
Hang on, since 3 minutes into the video?
No, 30 at
36.
I guess.
So 30 minutes into the video. Okay, that's not so bad. I guess
it's not the worst, but it's not very good.
Yeah, it only dropped our viewer engagement by about 0%, so I don't think we have to worry about it.
I don't know. I think it technically dropped more because we did have more people on our.
Fuck. All right. Well,
we have there's 7 people on the channel right now.
Oh, it says 4 for me.
There's 3 on Twitch and there's 4 on YouTube.
Oh, right. Yeah.
We have a thing on the stream that tells that says how many people. Oh my god, he's carrying a pupper! I love it. That's that's amazing.
The incorporation of the dog ending that we've all.
Yeah, gotta get the dog ending in there.
Man, I hope they make another Catherine. Maybe not even like a Catherine game, but something else like it.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be cool if they did another Golden Playhouse thing, but I don't know. Atlas is weird. Atlas is always weird. And because this was just like a tech demo for P5. So it's like,
and I'm like, let's just the new PlayStation's coming out, so they got an opportunity to make another tech demo.
That's true.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Let me just draft my email to Atlas. Here, I've solved this for you.
Yeah.
You know how you wanted to make another game just like Catherine? Well, I got the solution for you.
Featuring Dante from the Devil May Cry series.
Obviously.
I think I said before in the chat that I was thinking about trying to pitch a Devil May Cry Catherine.
Yeah, I believe you did.
Yeah.
Regrettably,
shit! Speaking of, I didn't do my Eva pitch yet.
No, you didn't.
Oh,
Tony didn't approve of that.
All right, so
I can see Vincent being Shinji.
It kind of writes itself, doesn't it?
Yeah. Sorry, go down.
Hang on, I hadn't thought of a subtitle for this. I don't know. Maybe we'll get there. Maybe we'll get there after the pitch. So
Everyone get a fucking Catherine Shinji.
Yikes.
in in Catherine X Neon Genesis Evangelion, you play as a young Gendo.
Oh yeah.
Gendo is the Vincent role, and your Catherine with a C is trying to get you to settle down and look after your fucking son, your young son.
Catherine, are you sure?
Yes. Wait, let me. I'm getting there.
Yeah.
I'm getting there. You gotta get about with me. Catherine with a K is trying to convince you to, manipulate a board of powerful people into giving you control over their plan to discover alien or like weird beings hidden under the polar ice caps or whatever the fuck it is in that show. I forget. It's not important. And the big twist is that near the end of the game, you're like, oh, this isn't my wife. This is the ghost of my wife because my wife is dead. And that's why she has to be Catherine with a C. Because there's a supernatural element to it.
Right. Interesting. Huh. Oh dear. Yeah. All right.
And the game has adjustable difficulty in the fact that there's like a button that you press and it zooms in and Gendo steeples his hands and suddenly the game gets a lot easier.
It makes it really easy to choose the right decision. Yeah.
Because no matter what you do, it's suddenly according to plan.
Yes.
Yeah. That he is very much a Keikaku sort of person. No doubt about that.
Actually, that's just like a really rad mechanic in like a difficulty slider mechanic. That's like, it's a button you press and it immediately retroactively makes all the mistakes you made recently part of your plan.
It just by a radical series of coincidences, everything goes your way.
Well, no, it's more than that. It's like that thing where that guy died. It turns out he was a traitor all along. You didn't accidentally press the wrong button. He was supposed to die. It was all part of your plan.
This reminds me of and the Monster of the Week when you'd roll something really really bad, but then just use a luck, and then it would just by some act of God suddenly turn to an incredibly fortuitous situation.
Oh man, there's a really really cool thing I learned about that system, having listened to other people play it, which is like, when you go to do something and you fail on a roll, so you're like you're trying to convince the example I had is they were trying to convince a scientist to do research into a thing, and they failed the roll, and the scientist got like so into the research that they started doing creepy shit. It's like failure is succeeding a little too hard.
Oh, interesting. Oh man. Oh.
I forgot to say, one thing I do stand in the Catherine game is I really like Catherine with a C's ending, the true ending. It's actually super wholesome.
But like the taking over hell?
No, the alternate ending.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, sure. Yeah. What? Fuck. Is that the one where you like?
Hey, don't say anything.
Yeah.
I just want to bring up that I actually really like that ending. I thought it was very wholesome.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah. The endings I've seen are the bad neutral, the true neutral, the one where Vincent goes to space.
Yeah.
And the Catherine and the regular Catherine ending, and the Catherine ending where you become the Emperor of Hell.
Right. Yes, of course. Yeah.
I didn't do any of the Catherine with the K endings because I have made it very obviously clear that I don't really care for Catherine with the K.
Yeah. When I first played, I was really boring, and I'm like, well, seems
she's
like
my girlfriend.
Like the right thing to do. So I got like the fucking boring ass true Catherine ending where you get married like a square. Oh.
Yeah, you're not boring now. Totally exciting. Good job.
That's true. Yes, it's
work,
true. Yeah.
Work that shit out.
Yeah. Rin endings only now.
even the bad Rin ending is pretty wholesome.
Yeah, well, I mean,
or not the bad one, but not the good one, not the true ending.
Yeah, like you could shoot some flack at Atlas if you wanted to for making Rin like just like way too fucking good, like
so good, too good for this world.
Yeah, just like way too good, just in terms of like moral, being a really good person, just like being way too. It makes him such like an easy choice, just like way too good, way better than evil demon girl. Well, perhaps a little bit less exciting than even evil demon girl, but still.
I mean, isn't that a reason that we consume media, is to experience characters who are too good for this world? Seeing as real life is full of a bunch of shitbags who are definitely not too good for this world.
Yeah, I don't know. It just we can't do a full dissection because not everyone's played the game. But yeah, I don't know.
We already did this bit. I'm not doing it again.
Yeah, I respect that. You should stop playing ball with me. It's very bad for you. Anyways, that's neither here nor there. In the original version, like I guess you could argue that neutral is kind of like objective. You can make a strong argument for neutral, but otherwise, like it's a decent moral question between K and C. But then once you have Rin, it's like just go way better. Get Rin, get in there. Good, get in there.
Rin's super cute.
Yeah, Rin's amazing. Yeah, I wish I was Rin.
Don't we all?
We all truly aspire to be more like Rin. It's true.
Or at least we should.
Yes. There's a little bit of Rin in all.
And hopefully all of us.
Yes.
I mean, I don't know anything about this, so I'll just take your guys' word.
Oh, take my whole word.
I'll take
all my words.
I'll take part of your word.
Okay, that's in character. That's what I would expect of you. A little bit of skepticism is healthy. Especially when you're talking to me. I make a concerted effort to be as facetious as possible, as often as possible.
I had noticed.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Yeah. That's all part of my scheme.
It had not escaped my attention. I guess there has to be somebody around here who is more facetious than me, and that person is you.
Yeah, I'm the ideal rival for you. It's true.
You're certainly a rival. I'm not sure I'd pack you into that ideal rival spot. I think that's.
I don't know if I'd settle for you as a rival.
You're putting the cart before the horses a little bit there, buddy.
Yeah, you should definitely keep your cart away from your horses.
Look, I just like to play the field when it comes to rivals, alright?
Life is my own personal otome. That's a joke for you right there.
It's got to be straight up. I think both of us would be terrible otome characters. Like, surprisingly, we wouldn't even be dateable characters.
I surprisingly enough, you know a lot more about otomes than I do. I'm not sure I've ever even actually played.
If I was a otome character, I would be like the bad advice character. I'd be like the tutorial character that gives you unhelpful dating advice.
That sounds amazing.
Right? I'd rather be amazing than a successful otome character. Are you fucking kidding me?
Oh god, are you doing the twins?
From Persona?
No. Oh boy, in the room, there's not Silent Hill, the room. That is
okay.
Nice clarification, buddy.
Yeah, the room is coming up a lot this time.
I didn't realize that there was twins in the room.
Yeah.
I was doing this based off of Ren.
Oh, okay, interesting.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, just because the being sewn together thing really reminds me of
that's fair.
Enemy and,
yeah, but you know what? If it's making you think of Silent Hill, I think I'm doing a good job.
Yeah, I'll just what the fuck are those things called?
There we go. Okay.
Okay, guys, I just started using brushes in Affinity Photo, and it's fucking rad. There's some cool brushes that come with this application.
Okay, I know what you're talking about now.
Yeah.
That's a sponsorship or a shout out. If Affinity want to have me advertise their products, fuck, I'll advertise them for free. Just do it.
We brought this up at the last meeting. Stop doing things for free.
All right, no more highlights videos. The stream is just this is going to be the same images forever now.
Thank you.
Because I'm
this
not.
This is a monetization only stream.
Stop doing it for free.
You saw the numbers. We gotta do something about those numbers.
Do we though?
Nah, not really.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Oh, what am I looking? Oh yeah, this is what I'm looking for. Oh yeah, here we go.
Oh, we've been on this. We've been here for most of the length of the stream, and nobody looked up any terrible AO3 fix. But this is not an indication that you should start now. Please don't.
No, I admit I did buzz over AO3 a little bit. And was,
okay. No.
I waited for Catherine, and it was a little underwhelmed. Oh. And Silent Hill's already been tried a little bit, so I figured I had to come up with my own things to talk about.
I remember after that I went on stream to see how many, like after stream I went to see how many fucking Pyramid Head fix I could see.
Woo!
This amount.
Several million.
No, personally anything more than one is a distressing amount for me, so.
I don't know, I mean, you know, like, you can put Pyramid Head in your fic. You just shouldn't have him make out with James, you know? Like, it's a little off tone.
That's where I draw the line.
Yeah, that is exactly where the line is. Once that weird little eye tongue's going in James's mouth, I'm like, oh, no, it ain't right.
No.
That ain't canon.
That isn't canon.
I'm sending this to the remnants of Team Silent right now so they can express their disapproval. Well, Silent Hill characters don't need noses.
It's true.
We need to do more games with dogs in, guys.
Is that why you were so keen on Best Friends Forever?
Was I so keen on Best Friends Forever?
I thought you were the one who was...
No, it was kind of like one of the only options that weekend.
Yeah.
That's true. I don't know. I thought you had like the greatest overall interest in Best Friends Forever.
I mean, I'd say that of all of us, I have the greatest overall interest in indie games in general.
Ooh, interesting.
I would agree, but also I'm slightly insulted.
Yeah, see, I thought we had the brewings of a little bit of a interstream drama right there.
So I gotta clarify because of Eve being insulted. Is that at first I was gonna be like, I'm the most interested in indie games because I'm a pretentious piece of shit. But also like I'm not necessarily the most knowledgeable. I'd say Eve knows as much about what's going on with indie games as I do.
Okay, interesting. Oh man. When we did Best Friends Forever, we should have done it with Undertale. That would have been the way to go. We should have got fucking Toby Fox
on. No, we had. You listen. You shut up and you listen to me. When we did Best Friends Forever, I had to do a whole apology for this. We should have done John Wick's Hex. Nothing else would have done, but we didn't. We fucked up. We have to live with our mistakes. You guys have to live with my mistakes.
It's not good for me to go over your head, but, you know, Undertale.
Yeah. So if it's not good for you to go over my head, just don't.
I don't know. For you know me, bad things only.
No, I think I personally think that was uncalled for, but
your
I personally
pretty interesting.
I'm having too much fun with brushes, yeah.
I'm loving the color scheme.
Yeah, I was gonna try and like mimic the downpour scheme more, but I'm not just like not having a good logo time at the moment. But that's fine. Sometimes you have a bad logo time.
Oh, speaking of, I've been meaning to ask. So like the Japanese text in my character card, what does it say?
Oh, it's the text that should be underneath the attack button in actual Persona 5.
Okay, cool. That's good. I didn't know whether you like swapped it out for like pencil Bic or whatever.
No, I was thinking about it, but I couldn't. So none of the fonts from that are like identifiable fonts. They're all like hand-rendered characters. So the only way I was going to do it is if I could find like some kanji that matched exactly, and it was not. You know, you keep telling me to stop doing stuff for free, so.
Yeah, no, it would have been unwise to do that, even if potentially very funny for all of our Japanese viewers.
Okay.
All of them.
Well, boys, I believe we are out of time. We're in overtime, actually. Estee's drawn up. I can only see part of Estee's thing right now. There's a thing with gimp babies, with scary gimp babies.
Is that what you get from that?
There's
fear of children.
There's a version of Catherine that reminds me of Muffet from Undertale.
Yeah.
And the twins, I dig it.
Yeah, I have to say that Vincent is very cute.
Thank you.
And in Eve's, Vincent is doing a big protect on the pupper.
The pupper is probably the boss in this, to be honest.
Okay, but Silent Hill game where you have to escort a dog through the whole game
could be really annoying, but also could be done well.
Man, come on.
I mean, like a combination of like it follows you around and not in like a really dumb way, but also sections where you have to like pick it up and carry it.
Yeah, no, okay, wait. What if it doesn't follow you, but you can get it to do things? So you can get it to stay in a certain spot, you can get it to jump up, and but then anytime you need to bring it somewhere, you do have to carry it.
Yeah. Something between D-Dog and what's Yola, the chick from Yorda, somewhere between those two.
And you can make like a little finger gun and go bang, and it'll fall over.
That's a secret emote.
Yeah, you have to
work real hard to get.
You have to unlock that. New game plus. When you get to New Game Plus.
That's the only New Game Plus feature.
So next Wednesday we are doing Paper Mario: The Origami King because it's out on the 17th.
God damn it!
Wow.
Get ready.
How'd you know? Heavy Rain.
Get
I love it.
Get ready to fold up for the Origami King. Crane your necks and tune in.
Nom and Jaden, FBI.
Make sure you like and follow.
Yeah, thanks for checking out our content. Like and subscribe if you're on YouTube, or follow us on Twitch. Check out our YouTube channel for other vids and highlights, and check out our Instagram, which I keep forgetting to mention, with all our old art and stuff on.
Smash the bell.